The King of Clay has trained some of the greatest players in tennis history. He has watched thousands of young athletes walk through the doors of his academy in Mallorca. But when Rafael Nadal saw Alex Eala on the practice court ahead of the clay season, something stopped him. The 20-year-old Filipina, who had just dropped from a career-high number 29 to number 45 after a tough Miami Open loss, was different. Not just her strokes, not just her movement, something deeper. Something that made the 22-time Grand Slam champion pause mid-stride and watch. And what happened next? The quiet conversation, the unexpected advice, the moment that left Eala speechless, has the tennis world buzzing. Because when Rafa notices something, the world should pay attention.
The Rafa Nadal Academy in Mallorca is more than just a training facility. It is a sanctuary. For 7 years, Alex Eala called it home, arriving as a wide-eyed 12-year-old from Manila and leaving as a polished professional, ready to take on the world. But even after graduation, the academy remained her base. It is where she returns between tournaments. It is where she resets, rebuilds, and recharges. And it is where Rafael Nadal still watches. In the weeks leading up to the clay season, Eala was back on the familiar red dirt of Mallorca, preparing for the challenges ahead. Her 2025 clay campaign had been a struggle. A 2-4 record, early exits in Madrid, Rome, and Paris, a first-round loss at Roland Garros that left her hungry for redemption. The 2026 season had started promisingly, with a career-high ranking of number 29, but 3 consecutive first-round exits in Miami, Linz, and Stuttgart had dropped her to number 45. The doubts were creeping in. Could she win on clay? Was her breakthrough on hard courts a fluke? Had the Eala effect peaked? Nadal had been watching from the shadows, as he always does. The 22-time Grand Slam champion has a habit of observing quietly, assessing without judgment, waiting for the right moment to speak. And on a quiet afternoon in Mallorca, that moment arrived. Eala was mid-rally, working on her footwork with a hitting partner, when she noticed a familiar figure standing at the edge of the court. Nadal had stopped to watch. Not just a casual glance, a full stop. Arms crossed, head tilted, eyes tracking every movement. He stayed there for about 10 minutes, a source close to the academy told reporters. Just watching.
Not saying anything, just watching. You could feel the intensity. When the rally ended, Nadal walked onto the court. He didn't offer general encouragement. He didn't offer platitudes. He offered something far more valuable. Specific, actionable advice. "Your rotation is off," he reportedly said. "You're opening up too early. Stay sideways longer. Let the ball come to you." Eala listened, nodded, and got back into position. The next few shots were different. Cleaner, more controlled. The ball stayed lower, the angles sharpened. Nadal nodded. Better. He watched a few more rallies, then turned to leave. But before he walked away, he said something that would stay with Eala for the rest of the season. "You're close," he said. "Closer than you think. Don't change everything. Just trust what you have." The words were simple, but their impact was profound. Coming from anyone else, they might have been forgettable. Coming from the King of Clay, they were a lifeline. Nadal's words had reminded her that she was close, that the gap between where she was and where she wanted to be was not as wide as it seemed. "He doesn't say things just to be nice," Eala said in a rare interview about the encounter. "When Rafa speaks, you listen. He's not going to waste his time telling you something he doesn't believe. So when he said I was close, I believed him." The exchange also highlighted the unique bond between the two left-handers. Eala had trained at the academy for 7 years, but their relationship had always been more mentor-mentee than coach-player. Nadal watched her progress from afar, offering encouragement when she needed it most. "He's just there a lot, And he's very down to earth when you talk to him, of course, Eala had once said. He asks questions and things like that, but it's just, he's Rafa, so you're always going to be scared. But on that day in Mallorca, the fear was replaced by something else. Belief.
Eala's clay season schedule is ambitious. After Madrid, she will compete in the Italian Open in Rome, another WTA 1000 event, before heading to the French Open at Roland Garros. The challenges are significant. The Czech curse remains unbroken. Her record against players from the Czech Republic stands at 0-13. The field is stacked with players who grew up on the surface. But Eala has something she didn't have before. The quiet confidence of knowing that the king of clay believes in her. The Madrid Open draw has not yet been released, but Eala is expected to enter as a direct entrant. With a 96-player draw, she will have opportunities to face top competition and prove that her hard-court success can translate to clay. The clay season is a fresh start, Eala said before leaving Mallorca. I have no points to defend. Everything from here is a bonus. I'm just going to play my game and see what happens. Her mindset reflects the advice Nadal gave her. Don't change everything. Trust what you have. It's a philosophy that has served the 22-time Grand Slam champion well throughout his career, and one that Eala is now embracing as her own.
News of Nadal's impromptu coaching session spread quickly through tennis circles. Fellow players, coaches, and fans weighed in on the significance of the moment. Rafa doesn't just give advice to anyone, one tennis analyst noted. If he's taking the time to work with you, it means he sees something special. That's a huge vote of confidence for Eala. Coco Gauff, who has faced Eala twice, commented on the news during a press conference. That's amazing for her. Rafa is the greatest on clay. If he's giving her tips, she should take them. She's going to be dangerous. Even Patrick Mouratoglou, who had recently analyzed Eala's game, weighed in. Having a mentor like Rafa is invaluable. He's been through everything. He knows what it takes. If she listens to him, she'll go far. The reaction from Filipino fans was predictably ecstatic. Social media platforms flooded with messages of pride and excitement. Rafa sees something in Alex. The king of clay believes in her. We've always believed. Now the world is catching up, one fan wrote.
The practice session in Mallorca was just a moment, a brief interaction between a legend and a rising star. But moments like these can change careers. They can shift trajectories. They can turn doubt into belief. Eala has always had the talent. She has always had the work ethic. She has always had the support of a nation. But what she needed most was the belief that she belonged, that she could compete with the best on any surface in any conditions. Rafael Nadal gave her that belief. You're close, he said. Closer than you think. Now, as the clay season begins, the tennis world will be watching to see if those words become prophecy. Rafael Nadal noticed something different about Alex Eala during a practice session at his academy in Mallorca, and what happened next surprised everyone. The 22-time Grand Slam champion stopped to watch, offered specific technical advice, and delivered words that have reignited the Filipina's belief in her clay court potential. You're close, Nadal reportedly told her. Closer than you think. Don't change everything. Just trust what you have. The exchange came at a critical moment in Eala's season. 3 consecutive first-round exits had dropped her ranking from a career-high number 29 to number 45. The doubts were creeping in, but Nadal's words reminded her that she belongs. Now, as she prepares for the clay season, Madrid, Rome, and finally Roland Garros, Eala carries with her the quiet confidence of knowing that the king of clay believes in her. What do you think about Nadal's advice to Eala? Will it help her break through on clay? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe now for daily WTA news, match breakdowns, and stories that go beyond the scoreline, because every day is match day.